Hello, this is Brighton, and this is Paul,
Pete,
Simon.
and this is Phil. This is the Stammer Park, which is a nice, quiet, traditional pub. But what else has Brighton got to offer?
Well, this is Sports, a trendy new young pub on the outskirts of Brighton. This caters for the young of Brighton, as is evident from the pool tables and the videos. But there's one problem: all the music here is piped, tapes, pre-recorded. Where do we find real live music from live bands? Jack Gilbert and a Panama Jazz Band. Well, there you heard it. They're going to do Did I Do for us with Ken singing. Well, let's sit back and hear what they can do. Here we go. Well, who was that nasty little man? Here we are at the King and Queen, Brighton's foremost jazz pub. Here we see Jumping Jack Gilbert playing the saxophone with the Panama Jazz Band. They've been here for years and years. We'll be doing an interview with them in a little while. Meanwhile, let's have an interview with a lady called Pat.
It's Pat. Hello, Pat.
Hello, Simon.
What's a beautiful woman like you doing in a place like this?
Well, I come here to listen to the music and dance because it's the greatest music in Brighton on a Wednesday.
Do you come here especially for Jumping Jack?
Exactly, yes. It's great music.
Do you get many other bands here in King and Queen?
In the King and Queen, yes, there's several bands, and most of them are jazz.
Yeah, what nights do they run on?
Thursday, Sunday lunchtime, Sunday evenings.
Right. And what do you think, what is a good night out in Brighton for you?
Anywhere where there's live music and you can have a good time and dance. Do what you want to do.
Right, thank you, Pat.
Of course, a night out wouldn't be a night out without a dance. And here you see the intrepid film crew dancing away in the front there, being watched and ogled by all the crowd. Such bliss. Jumping Jack Gilbert and a Panama Band. We'll be interviewing them in a short while.
Jack, I would like to ask you how long the band have been together.
This band's been together about 15 years. Okay.
And how long out of that time have you been sort of playing in the King and Queen pubs?
The band's been playing here around about 6 or 7 years. I joined the band or played with the band about in the last 3 or 4 years.
So how long has the band been going? Sort of 6 or 7 years sort of thing?
They've been going longer than that, about 10 years.
Oh. Are you a full-time musician, or do you do something else sort of in between time?
Right, I was professional. I've been all over the world. I got fed up with travelling. I got fed up with travelling, folks. Okay. I love Sweden, I love Denmark and everything, but I just couldn't stand being away from home. I'm here now where I live, and I do this as a semi-professional thing.
Well, thank you very much. That's very instructive. Thanks.
My pleasure.
Well, we've come down the road now to Dr. Brighton's, and Thursday night is folk night. And here we have an intrepid friend of ours who's playing the accordion. Well, you'll see what we felt like at the end of the evening. A lot of laughs were had at this place. It was a real fun night. At Dr. Brighton's, we had to endure a lot. We had to endure this.
But when he heard this, he gave him such a blow. Oh, now me London Cockney, you know what I know.
And this.
Me name is David Austin, I did zeal. Me men and I were lost, are very line.
Out on his work each day, he'd
And
drop at
this.
every morning. Hey, what did it darling, dance, did it out, no employ and colour swing. Wasn't it that truth they told you? Lots of fun, that really goes away.
And this. Well, you can see, as we're panning round, there we are, standing in the background, eating crisps and getting drunk. It was the only way to enjoy the evening. There's the intrepid film crew, looking extremely pleased. Sheer bliss. And here we have Fast Freddy. Well, he was warming up there. He really gets going later on. We was giving him an interview in a few seconds' time. Oh God, that's enough.
And why folk music? Why nothing else? Did you have a particular interest in that?
No, in fact, I started with rock and roll music, and I had my own rock and roll band when I was at school. And then I developed into a folk musician when I was in my early 20s, when the Dylan and Donovan days. You know?
So you've been around a bit.
And then a little bit of classical music came into it.
Yeah.
Now we're back to folk again.
What's your ambition in the future?
To get as much enjoyment out of music as possible, and to give as much enjoyment at the same time.
Well, hello everybody. This is Anya, the organiser of the folk club. How long have you been doing this thing, Anya?
This is our 14th week here, and it's going pretty well so far.
There seem to be an awfully lot of musicians here. Is this regular?
No, some weeks we've got 2 or 3, some weeks we've got 25 or 26, you can never tell.
What sort of ambitions do you have for this sort of following?
Just the time, basically.
From a club. Thank you ever so much.
Well, we've been to the King and Queen and we've seen the jazz. We've also been to Dr. Brighton's, we've heard the folk music. Now we're going to have a little look round Brighton, something a bit more up-tempo, upmarket. We're going to have a look round to see some of the clubs, see some of the bands performing. Meanwhile, we'll leave you with the sights of Brighton, Tears for Fears. Well, we've come now to the Old Vic. We're now filming a group called The Perfect Way, singing one of their songs called Lies, Lies, Lies. We're going to have an interview with Nick in a moment. Meanwhile, watch the little fella on the right playing the percussion.
Hello, we're Simon, and this is The Perfect Way. This is the lead singer, Nick. Hello, Nick.
Hi, guys.
How long have you been together as a group?
Well, the group in its present form, which you haven't just seen, has been together about 6 months, I suppose.
And what are your musical influences?
Mainly the lust for money. We'll play anything we can to make a quick buck. But I guess real musical influences are things like Level 42, Scritti Politti, 12-inch mixes of anything you care to name.
And what is your main ambition for the future?
Make pots of money and then be able to leave this whole scene behind. No, I really love this this sort of pub. At the moment we're quite happy playing this sort of venue, you know, until we build up a following, and then you know, we just want to sign to a major label and leave it all behind and screw everybody who supported us in the first place, like everybody else, I guess.
Yeah, just about.
Obviously a man after my own heart. Thank you, Nick.
Our pleasure.
Cheers, mate.
Cut. Well, we left Simon on the floor of the other place. Now come along down the road to the Richmond, a benefit gig. And here we had 3 groups or musicians to film. This one's a fella called Edie, not Eddie as everybody wanted to call him. Edie, yes, that's right. The second group you'll see is a group called Fox and Socks. Best one we've seen so far, well that's in our opinion. And the last one, well, that's Mood Index, formerly Mood Index Continuum. Make of them what you want. Well, isn't that nice? That was Edie. Now on to Fox and Socks. That's Fox and Socks. We think that's the best one we've filmed. But give credit where credit's due. Now you're going to hear Mood Index.
This is what is called a tense situation. This is when we're gonna try. Now this is what I call a tense situation. I got nothing except fear and butterflies. Well, this is what is called a tense situation. This is when we're gonna try. Now this is what I call.
This is nothing compared to what he gets up to in a minute. I'll just take you forward a few minutes and make your own mind up from what you think of these.